Hi guys, today we're doing a video I asked you guys if you wanted, and 100% of you said yes. So I guess I have to do it, don't I? And this is a video, I feel like you guys always like my videos talking about dating stuff, I don't know why, but this is a video, as you can tell by the title, comparing Bumble and eHarmony. Now, Bumble does have a free version and a paid version. Kind of eHarmony does, but not really. And there's obviously lots of other apps I've tried, and I'm in the process right now of trying another one, so maybe I'll do like a video reviewing that one as well. As of right now, we're comparing Bumble and eHarmony. Now, I've been using Bumble on and off for a long time, pretty much since it came out, which I don't even know how long that's been. I've deleted it and re-added it and deleted it and re-added it, and I actually don't like, I don't know, I just feel like it was the most like safe version of dating apps. Tinder was like the first, obviously, but I think Bumble, the main reason a lot of people like it is because the girl has to message first, and I like that. I think that it kind of gives you more security and safety, but that's like already getting into the review. And then eHarmony, of course, you guys know, is like a mostly paid dating service. They do have a free, you can sign up for free, but if you use the free version, you can't like see anyone's photo, and like it's kind of odd. You can't message anyone, like you just have like an account for no reason, so you kind of do have to pay. Now, of course, eHarmony is gonna be more expensive. The reason I chose actually to try eHarmony is because I read a bunch of articles comparing eHarmony to Match.com. Match.com is more expensive. Match.com also has more people to choose from. More people use Match.com. Match.com also has options for people who are gay or bi, and eHarmony does not. That already kind of turned me off, but because it was cheaper, I did try eHarmony. Because honestly, let me just tell you why. I've been using Bumble on and off, like I said, for years, and without success. I feel like a lot of people, I kind of like felt kind of bitter, and I felt like because Bumble is free, people might not take it as seriously. Like if you're putting money into a dating app or into online dating, I feel like you have to take it more seriously because you're paying for it. But if it's free, you can kind of just be like, whatever, like I can talk to someone, never meet them, like it doesn't really matter, I'm not like really I'm not serious enough about it to pay for it. Like I feel like that's kind of the vibe I was getting, and I wasn't like meeting the right kind of people and stuff, so that's essentially why I invested in eHarmony. I signed up for 3 months because their 1 month program was more expensive, and then like I didn't want a whole year. And I thought 3 months was like a pretty good idea to see if it was for me or not. But we'll get into what happened. And Bumble, like I said, you can use it for like on and off. You can download it, delete it, you can deactivate, you can hide your profile, which I think is awesome. But I have pros and cons to both. Different things like who it might be right for and which one's right for me. Yeah, so we're gonna get into it. I hope this video is kind of organized. I try to write everything down if I'm looking at the paper down here, that's why, but like I don't want to read right from here, so excuse me if I'm all over the place. Okay, we're gonna talk about Bumble first because I do have more experience with Bumble. My number one thing that I want to mention with them is that they are more modern because it is a dating app solely and there's no website online. I do feel like it is more for millennials, more people who want things that are like instant, and I kind of like that. But at the same time, the reason I wanted eHarmony is because they boast in all their ads about, you know, not that even the algorithm, but like just, I don't know how to word it, but like you answer a bunch of questions and they match you based on those answers to those questions. And I thought that kind of, based on the reviews I read too, is that eHarmony was more, they give you less matches and less people you're compatible with, but the people that you match with are supposed to be more like solid, meaningful matches. As with Bumble, it literally shows you every single person in the mileage that you've opened. So if I pick 15 miles, 50 miles, 100 miles, like Bumble will show me everyone, even if I would hate them. And so you kind of do have to sit and swipe through on Bumble. On eHarmony, you don't do that. You have more of a structured amount. You might get 4 matches a day, and you can go through them, and like they're supposed to be more solid matches. So part of me was like, okay, well that's kind of what you're paying for. You're paying for the website to match you with people based on your answers to these questions. And I thought if I'm looking for something serious, maybe that's what I want. So that's kind of why I signed up for that. But I am a millennial, as bad as that, like as much as I cringe that, I am a millennial, and the idea of Bumble does feel more instant. It does feel more like you have a choice, and I feel like that's something not everyone, but most people in their 20s, I want to say, feels like they want something that they choose. So I do think that Bumble has more of a it's up to you, while as Match has more of a it's up to us kind of vibe. So it depends if you have the time to sit there and match, if you want to do that, if swiping isn't your thing. Another thing I want to mention is Bumble is a younger crowd for the most part. I have my age set between 28 and 40. I know you're gonna be like, what, 40? Oh, but whatever. That's my age preferences. Now the people I get over 32, I want to say, are like 10% of the people that show up for me. So I feel like Bumble is definitely for a more younger crowd, and I don't know if that's what makes it for me seem more kind of like not surface level, but more like not serious, because the people might not be looking for a relationship or a marriage. Maybe they're just looking for a fling. So I feel like that is something about Bumble. There is younger people. Like if you're in your 20s and you don't want to date into 30, if you don't want to date people in their 30s, maybe Bumble is for you. But I do want to say on eHarmony, I'd say people are mostly over 30. I think I had one person under 27 that I matched with, like one person. So there is that difference there. I do feel like eHarmony is a bit more of a mature crowd, as Bumble, I feel like the average range of people is between like 18 and 30. So it kind of depends what you want there too. And then like I said, Bumble, its free version is useful. Like I'd say 80% of people who use Bumble use the free version. It's completely free. You download the app and that's it. And then their paid version is, I think I wrote down, it's $9.99 a week or $22 a month, which is the one I paid for, so I do kind of know the difference. And then there's also other options, I think, like per 3 months or 6 months and a year and stuff like that. But I did pick $22 for 1 month because I thought that sounded like the best deal just to try it out for a month. So I want to try to draw out how Bumble works, how the Bumble paid version works, and then how eHarmony works. So Bumble, the regular version, it works essentially like Tinder if you're not aware. Pretty much you sign on, you make your bio, you upload your pictures, and then it's based on your location. So you can choose how far away you want people to show up for, and you get just a bunch of profiles and you flip through them. Swipe left if you don't like them, swipe right if you do, and that's pretty much the gist. When you match on someone, like if you like them, they won't know that you did unless they did too, which I think is such a great thing. I think it kind of lowers the rejection level. Like you don't know if someone swiped left on you, or if they just haven't opened the app in a month, or they might have accidentally swiped left, which I think is interesting. I do that a lot in accident. That is something to note. So you only match with people that if both of you are like liking each other. Like if you saw their profile and liked it and they saw your profile and liked it, that's the only way you will match. And then when you match, you can talk to each other, and that's when you can message. And now on Bumble, something that I think is really beneficial to millennials and younger people is that there's no waiting around, period. It's if you don't message each other within 24 hours, the match goes away. So say at midnight on Friday night, I matched with someone, but I'm like, oh, I don't want to start a conversation at midnight, so I'll message them the next day. But if I forget, that's it. It's gone. I mean, I have to message them. As a girl, you have to message first. But one thing that Bumble also has is a extension. So if a guy has the free version, he has one every 24 hours. He can extend it. So if he wanted you to message him and you didn't for whatever reason, whether you weren't sure if you were interested or just got busy, he can hit extend and give another 24 hours for you to message him, which I think is really great. I just think that's really useful. If you're a girl and you're thinking, I don't want to message anyone that doesn't extend on me, that's maybe a little for yourself, but I've done it just to kind of see who's like serious enough about it, which I just think that's really nice. And another thing is, if I message a guy at 9 a.m., right, and if he doesn't answer within 24 hours, the match will also go away. And that is a part of it that I guess you could see as a pro or a con. To me, it's a pro in most cases. They also do remind you, so like they will send you a notification if I matched with someone at midnight at like 10 p.m. the coming night, they'll say you only have 2 hours left to talk to this match. So I do like that aspect of it. So that's essentially how Bumble works. And then eHarmony works quite differently. It's actually kind of confusing in my book. I do think Bumble is a little more user friendly. I mean, whether you're techie or not, I do think Bumble is just more easy. It's a flowing thing. It's very easy to work. eHarmony does have an app, and they also have an online, which I find super confusing. So pretty much they match you with people based on this quite long questionnaire you take. So you sign up, and you can take the questionnaire without paying, but then it's kind of useless. You sign up and you take this super long questionnaire asking you about your your personality, your lifestyle, answers to different kinds of questions. Now, when I signed up, I didn't know this, but when I answered those questions, I was very turned off from the website. The questions are very, in my opinion, very sexist. I found them to be very outdated. I posted a lot of the questions actually on Instagram and Twitter, so I will put them in here on the screen. They asked questions that I was just like shocked that these questions even existed on a dating site. I was flabbergasted. I was so shocked and very angered. Let me just tell you, one of the questions said, be honest, if you were taking a flight to Europe and you noticed that the pilot was a female, would you be upset? I nearly exploded when I read that. I was like, what? The fact that they even put that question in pisses me off. There's another question that said, how do you feel about global warming or climate change? And then like the answers could be like, I'm worried about it, or like it's complete bullcrap. Like, no, you can't ask questions like that because it's not an opinion. You can't have an opinion on climate change. It's a fact. So like the fact that they're even asking that question kind of instigates this whole idea that you can deny things that are true. There's another question. What do you think about PMS? It's a made up or it sucks? PMS, another scientific fact, pure proven thing that happens to women or anyone who has periods. The fact that that question is even there pisses me off. So now I'm gonna, spoiler alert, I canceled my eHarmony subscription. I completely, wanted the refund. I was pissed about it. The woman on the phone, when I canceled, told me those questions are there so you don't get matched with people who don't have your same insights. Good excuse, but I did match with people who didn't have my same insights. And I'll put this stuff on the screen right now to show you. I was furious. I did not have the patience for people like this, and if the website really worked and the algorithm or their questionnaire or whatever really worked, they would not have matched me with this guy. Oh my god. Not only did this guy act like he was a feminist or want equality, which he clearly did not, but when I explained my stance, instead of being like, oh, that's a good point, or I never saw it that way, or literally anything, he said, oh, so you don't remove your body hair? That's what you took out of everything I just said. It makes me so mad. Like I said, those questions don't kind of separate you from people who have different ideals. They kind of let the people who have these shitty ideals think, oh, if there's this question here, that's legit. I cannot believe in climate change. No, you can't. You can't not believe in climate change. It is a fact. It's a fact. That's it. Okay, I'm ranting. I'm sorry. But that pissed me off. But yeah, so you answer this questionnaire and you fill out your profile, and that is one thing. Bumble, you kind of have a freedom with your profile. You can write whatever you want, essentially. You can put your Instagram handle. You can just share anything about yourself. There is some guidance. They'll say 2 truths and a lie, or what could you not live without? Who would be your favorite dinner guest? Random things that can guide you to provide information to a potential match that you're not really sure what you should put. But on eHarmony, they don't have that. It's not a little bit of guidance and you can write whatever you want. You could essentially, but there's one that's if your friends could describe you in 3 words, what would they be? And most of these things are multiple choice too. There's one that's what 5 things could you not live without? What 3 things are you most thankful for? What's something that no one knows about you that you wish they did? And then you could put in what kind of movies you watch, TV shows, music, hobbies, what do you do on your leisure time? The types of questions they have are, I honestly, for me, it's fun to fill these things out. It reminds me of those surveys and stuff that you take on MySpace back in the day. But when you actually think about it in terms of dating, these are things that don't tend to matter that much, in my opinion. It just didn't feel as legitimate to me. And I feel because there's so much guidance, it's based off of what eHarmony thinks is right, versus on Bumble, you can put what you think is right. If something's important to you, you put it there. And you could do it. I did think I came across someone on eHarmony that was I'm not following this format and I'm just writing whatever I want here. So that's an option. But I think essentially the profile making process is shorter and easier and more customized on Bumble. You can do whatever you want. You kind of have more of a freedom, and you could leave a blank profile if you want, which I think is completely pointless. But on eHarmony, it is a longer process to sign up. Now, once you are done and you completed your profile and you uploaded your photos, there's another thing. Now, on Bumble, you can upload, I want to say 6 photos, and you can also attach your Instagram account. So I have as many photos as can be uploaded, just because I think the more photos the better. And then you can also attach your Instagram, so they will see, I think, the most recent 9 photos. You can also attach your Spotify, I think, so you can let them know if, like, what kind of music you listen to, and you can also verify your profile on Bumble, which I like. What that means is that you upload your photos, and then you kind of take a selfie in the moment, and it'll compare that and, like, say, yes, you're verified, like, you're not a catfish, essentially, which I think is useful. Not everyone does it. You don't have to do it, but they do have that option on eHarmony. This is a problem I had. This was another thing that kind of turned me off from the website. You can upload a lot of photos. I want to say, like, 14 or something like that, but they have to be approved. By who? I don't know. You know what? Their approval process for photos feels a lot like the process on YouTube for monetization, when they're like, oh, your video isn't monetizable, it's not advertiser friendly. Why? There's absolutely no reason. And then you go to redo it and they're like, oh yeah, never mind, it is. That's essentially what eHarmony did. So I uploaded, I think, only 6 photos onto eHarmony, and they approved 5 of them. The one they didn't approve, I'm going to put in right here. Tell me why they didn't approve that. Why did they not approve that? What's wrong with it? They give you all these reasons, like, oh, it's a photo not of you or an animal or this or that. It's too sexual. That's like an option on there. Was that picture sexual? I don't think so. So that kind of annoyed me. It really, eHarmony feels a lot more for conservative people. I'm going to put that right out there. Bumble is it has lots of variety on it. It does have conservatives, moderates, apolitical people who don't even talk about politics, different religions, things like that. But I do feel a lot, like, really strongly that eHarmony is for people who are more conservative. I did come across people who listed their stuff as liberal, but I also came across people who are definitely conservative. To continue on with eHarmony, the matching process. You have no say in it, essentially. They show, all of a sudden, it's like, oh, here's your 5 matches for the day. And I don't want to be shallow, but they could be people you would never, like, consider. Based on your questionnaire, one of the questions says something like, how important are looks to you? Do you think you're attractive? Do you need to be with someone who thinks they're attractive? Now, eHarmony isn't looking at these people's profiles and saying, yes, this person's attractive, no, they're not. It's basing that on if they think they're attractive. So, I mean, someone could be gorgeous and I could just not be attracted to them, you know? But the 5 matches I get could be, I don't know how to word it, completely out of my range of types of comfort, my comfort zone, things like that. Like, you can put on eHarmony your distance, the lowest distance you can put on eHarmony is about 30 miles. Now, on Bumble, you can narrow it down, I think, like 5 miles if you wanted to, which I think is nice that you have that choice. But on eHarmony, you can choose down to 30 miles, just too far, in my opinion. You can also choose how important that is to you. Like, so I chose mine 30 miles, which is the lowest it could be, and I put that is extremely important to me. And they were like, lower that down, you'll get more matches. I don't want more matches. I want decent matches that are in my area. So that is something I didn't really like so much about eHarmony. And then also, they have, like, you know, you can choose different specifications that you must have, like, but I think there's only like 3 or 4 options on eHarmony, if I'm not mistaken. I believe you can choose if the person smokes or not, like, that's a deal breaker pretty much. You can write their religion is a deal breaker, you can write how much money they make, and their occupation is a deal breaker, which is interesting that those are options. Now on Bumble, you have many more specifications to choose from. You can choose whether or not they smoke, whether or not they drink, whether they want kids or not, whether they have kids or not, whether they have animals or not. You could choose their astrological sign, you could choose their political views, their religion. I mean, you could choose, there's like an endless amount of things to choose on Bumble. All these specifications you choose, there's a lot to choose from, but I think when you have the free version, you can only narrow it down by 2. So you could pick your 2 most important things, like the person doesn't smoke and they're liberal. Like, those are usually what I put. But if you have the paid version of Bumble, you have unlimited access to that. You have unlimited specifications. So that's really nice. On eHarmony, like I said, even with paid, you don't have that luxury of doing that. Bumble is also for friends. You can just make friends on Bumble. There's a friendship version, and whether you're gay or bi, you can also choose that. They even today, was it today? I think today I got some kind of notification on Bumble that said something like, thank you for being kind. We want everyone to be kind. Like, this is a new thing where we just want to remind everyone to, like, not say anything rude or disrespectful. And I thought, well, that's awesome, because eHarmony themselves has disrespectful things on their website. Anyway, so back to eHarmony's matching. Sorry, I keep getting sidetracked. But so eHarmony, when they match you, like, that's what they do. They show these people, and you could not like any of them, then there you go. Those are your 5 matches for the day. If you don't like them, you don't like them, and then you have to wait 24 hours. Another thing on eHarmony, say you do get a match, you don't have to message them right away. There's options to smile at someone. I don't really like that. I think that's kind of stupid. Like, smile at someone, smile back. It's like poking someone on Facebook. Like, what is the point? And then you, again, don't have to start a conversation right away. There's pre-written questions on eHarmony that they can send you, which I got a lot of. You know, if you, with your 5-year plan, like, random questions and multiple choice answers, instead of actually speaking to each other, which I feel like just slows the process down, and it makes it less personal, in my opinion. Like, it's like you're taking all of this guidance from this website and kind of cutting off the communication. Like, on Bumble, as soon as you match, you message each other. That's it. Like, you message. There's no, like, they can suggest things for you to say, but, like, I don't know. I feel like most of the time on Bumble, the experience I've had, people just talk. eHarmony, I found that very odd. Like, not one person, I think one person only messaged me straight away and, like, said something. Instead of using these smiles or winks or whatever the heck first, which I just thought was like, why? Also, another thing is, like I said on Bumble, you can only talk to people you match with. So I will only get matches that I said yes to. But so yeah, on eHarmony, anyone can message you. Anyone can see your profile. So it's not just these people that show up as your matches, but anyone. Like, I was getting messages and winks and smiles and stuff from people who didn't even pop up on my thing that I had to choose whether or not I was interested in. So I would get a message from someone who's, like, way out of my age bracket, way out of my distance, people who I would have never, like, based on my questionnaire, would not have matched me. And I got messages from people in their 50s being like, let me give you my number and we can meet up tonight in New York and I'll buy you drinks and stuff. Like, this is weird. Like, I don't like that. Like, that makes me feel very unsafe. I don't know why all these people get to see my profile. I thought it was just the people who I matched with. And then there's another thing on the eHarmony app, which is different from the website in that this is where I found it very confusing. There's a section called What If, where these are people I guess you didn't match with, but it still says you're compatible with them, and you can kind of swipe left and right on them. You can swipe left and say nope, you can swipe yes and smile at them. Like, you can't just swipe right and say yeah and, like, tell them that you're a match. You have to smile at them. It's just super, super weird in my opinion. So, like, you kind of have these matches and you don't know if, like, they matched you on the site or if you matched on What If. It's, like, super confusing. I really didn't like that at all. And like I said, I didn't like how anyone can message you. It just feels very unsafe to me. Now, on Bumble, if you use the paid version, what happens is that you don't just see the people you swiped on. You see people who have swiped on you who you didn't swipe on. So whether I haven't swiped through everyone yet, or they're outside my zone maybe, or different things, you can see them and then swipe left or right on them, but still you do not message anyone and no one messages you unless you match. So it just seems a lot more safe and secure and comfortable in my opinion. On eHarmony, I don't like that they can just message you. Like, it just creeps me out. One thing on Bumble that I don't like is that they send you emails all the time. And now these aren't emails from like them with notifications saying, like, you know, someone messaged you. These are emails from Bumble saying, you're so buzzworthy, don't forget to open the app. Like, it's very annoying. I get like 4 of them a day, and I'm not someone who likes receiving emails, so that's kind of annoying. I don't think you can turn that off. And then on eHarmony, that's another thing, is that their email system, they do send you a lot of emails. It's kind of complicated to shut the emails off. And if you were to upload 8 photos, you get an email for each upload that was approved and each upload that was denied. Like, it's just very odd, in my opinion. I don't like that. The notifications on the app are super confusing to figure out. There's, like, all these sections you can go to: people who have favorited you, people who you favorited. And on Bumble, you can look at someone's profile as many times as you want without them knowing. But on eHarmony, if you pay for the minimum payment, they can see you looking at their profile. Very odd. I don't like that at all. It's so creepy. Like, you have to pay more for people not to know you're looking at their profile. So if I, like, got a match and I looked at their profile and didn't like them, now they know I looked and didn't like them. Like, I don't like that. On Bumble, they don't have that. And like, I feel like it's so creepy, which also means I can look at the activity on my profile. So I can see Joe, Schmo, Sim, Bob, who, whatever. What did I just say? Looked at my profile. Like, ew. I could see one guy who messaged me who I didn't respond to looked at my profile like 10 times in an hour. Like, that's creepy. I don't want to see that. I don't want to know about it. That person shouldn't be able to see my profile if I didn't like them. I don't like that. I just find it very, very creepy. And it's just like, ugh, like, I don't like that. Why would that be a thing you have to pay for? Like, I just find that so weird. No, that's another thing about Bumble, is that they have, like, I don't know, this whole algorithm thing. First of all, most of us, millennials anyway, don't trust algorithms, because, like, Facebook and Instagram, like, the algorithm is like, what is it? Same with YouTube. So I feel like Bumble doesn't really have an algorithm. They're just like, here's all the people in your area that fit your specifications, go for it. And eHarmony is more like, we have this algorithm that works and it's amazing, and everyone who goes on a date goes on a second date. Like, no, I don't trust it. I don't think it works. I don't like it. And now when it comes to canceling, Bumble, it's super easy to cancel at the end of your subscription. It is a subscription, so if I sign up for $22 a month, I will be charged in a month for the next month. But I can go and cancel whenever I want. But on eHarmony, it's like Just Fab or something. You first of all have to call. You can't do it in an email or chat or anything like that. You have to call. And whether you signed up for a year, 3 months, 1 month, you have 3 days for a refund. 3 days, that's it. They give you 3 days to see if it's right for you or not. That's it, 3 days. So even if I spent however much it is for a year's worth, which is a lot, and in 4 days I was like, you know what, I don't like this, sorry, tough shit, you don't get your money back. Yeah, so I'm glad I noticed that, because 2 days after I was on it, I really started to be annoyed at the questions that they had, at the people I was being matched with, at the creepiness of the fact that anyone could message me. Like, I didn't like that. Like, all of it was a turnoff to me. So I went to cancel, or I looked into the cancellation policy, and when it said 3 days, I was like, what? So I went and canceled right away. And then, of course, they have to on the phone. When the woman, she was very nice, who I talked to, she said, you know, we have to offer this, like, a lower price for 1 month or something, if you want that. And I was like, yeah, no, thank you. So she did cancel it for me. I got an email that I was getting my refund in 3 to 5 days. So that's okay, but at the same time, like, 3 days, that's it. 3 days to get your money back. I just think that's, like, kind of shitty, and because it is more expensive, it's more of a risk. And then because Bumble isn't as expensive, it just doesn't feel like that much of a risk, in my opinion. Oh, another thing I wanted to mention is whether you're on the eHarmony app or on the website, it's slow as hell. Like, it takes forever to load, it takes forever to update. Like, if I'm on my activity and I went downstairs for 2 hours and came back up, I have to hit refresh, and it takes so long to refresh, and it isn't my internet, it's just that website. But if you use the Bumble app, everything's pretty freaking fast. And even the eHarmony app is way slower. It's like they're not working on it. Oh, another thing I want to mention about eHarmony is that there are extra questions you can answer that don't really go into your personality algorithm thing, but like that you have on your profile that someone can click through and kind of see how you answer these questions. Some of these questions pissed me off, like I said, again, about climate change, periods, things like that. One of the questions said, should gay people be allowed to adopt children? That pissed me off. There should be no question. All that question does by having that there is like tell people it's okay to not think that that's okay, when it's not. Yeah, I was so turned off by a lot of that. And also, those questions are old. They have not updated them in years. A lot of the questions were about who you voted for in the last election, and it was like the first Obama election. Okay, cool, eHarmony, way to update your app. Another thing, I feel like this is gonna make me sound so bad, but on Bumble, like I said, there's more people to choose from, and there's more of a variety of people of different races, people of different backgrounds, cultures, looks, interests, things like that. Like, there's people who wear suits to work, people who are in the army, and like all these different things. And then on eHarmony, I felt like I was getting a lot of the same type of person. It might have been my questionnaire, but I felt like it was the kind of people I don't like. It was also, this sounds so bad, it might just be my area, but I felt like the people on eHarmony were not attractive, and it wasn't that they just weren't attractive. Like, lots of people photograph badly or whatever it is, but like their photos were not quality photos. People could put in blurry photos, and that's the thing, it's like my photo wasn't approved because I have a tiny little bit of cleavage, but these people's photos were approved when wearing sunglasses when it's completely blurry. It's super far away, you can't even see what they look like. I know looks shouldn't be so important, but like when that's all you have to connect with someone, to see their eyes and stuff, like it's pretty important. So I thought that was very odd. On Bumble, that does happen still. People use like photos of their car and stuff, but I do feel like people on Bumble, since they are a bit younger, they're like, oh, I have an iPhone, I can take a decent quality photo right now. And like, I don't know if people are just older or like don't care as much, or hope that people won't care if their photos don't show you what they look like. I don't know. So essentially, as you could tell by this video, I did not like eHarmony. I would give it a 1 out of 5. Not even. Like, I just don't like it. I don't see how anyone likes it. Maybe it should just be called like people who are annoying app dating. Find someone else who's equally annoying as you. Like, honestly, the people who answered some of those questions the opposite way I did, I don't think they deserve to find love. And I'm not ashamed to say that. If someone doesn't believe in climate change, they don't deserve to find love. My overall opinions, Bumble wins by 10,000%. No, I have not met anyone on Bumble that I'm dating currently or anything, but just the whole process is more enjoyable. I think it's better if you're between 18 and 30. I think it's better if you're on the go. I think it's better if you want to be able to choose your own matches. Now, eHarmony is maybe better if you're between like 30 and 60, if you like having the access on your computer rather than on your phone, if you have a higher budget, and if you are conservative. This is my overall comparison and opinion on Bumble versus eHarmony. Clearly Bumble won. I think eHarmony is not good. If anyone of you are watching this and like my channel, like me, or have similar views to me, you're not gonna want to try eHarmony. I would have tried Match, but like I said, it was very expensive. So right now, another app I'm trying is Hinge, which I tried in the past couple years ago, but they've updated it a whole lot. So I'm trying it again, just signed up this morning. So if you guys want a review on that, maybe that compared to Bumble or just that alone, leave a comment down below. Make sure you follow me on Instagram to check out my polls when I ask what videos you might want, and to see, stuff on my story that I post about my experiences on dating apps, different conversations with weirdos and stuff. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and got something out of it. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to see more from me, and I will see you next time.